Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto my channel today, and it gives me great joy to observe you are viewing this video. I'm Dr. Olayinka Akanle. I'm a lecturer in the university. I'm a sociologist. On this channel, I do a number of studies, but all the studies I do on this channel, you can easily cluster them into four: sociology, research, relationship, and migration. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and click subscribe on your screen right now. Tap subscribe on your screen right now to subscribe to this channel for wonderful and regular contents. The title of the video today is Perspectives in Sociology. Meanings, types, difference. The importance of this video is because there's so much confusion about perspective, especially when you take it in relation to paradigms. And I've seen a lot of books, they say perspectives in this, perspectives in that. Many of these books don't even define what perspectives are. And you only see works on paradigms. Meanwhile, I have another video on paradigm. Immediately before this video, you can also check the playlist on sociology. So I have a video on paradigm on this channel. View it. If you don't view that video, you will not sufficiently understand this particular one. Because I'm taking this video on, I'm dropping this video on perspective in relation to the video on paradigms, because there's so much confusion about the difference between paradigms and perspectives, and I will settle this in this confusion in this video. And it's not because of oversight by previous authors or many sociologists, but it's because over the years, this confusion, has taken root, and nobody has done sufficiently make sufficient effort in settling this and in this confusion. So that's why I want to do this. So that is now looking at, view the video on paradigm, but this one on perspective. Then what are perspectives, or what's a perspective? According to C. Wright Mills, C. Wright Mills describe perspective as history and biography. According to C. Wright Mills, when you say perspective, you are talking about the interrelationship between history of people, of culture, or scientists, and their biography. That is, the historical antecedent, their background, their experiences in life in the past, and no doubt affect who they are, and this affect how they see the world. So when you say perspective, we're looking at the history of the individual scientist and the biography of the scientist. The biography talks about the totality of the socio-cultural environment, institutional environment, structural environment, that produced that scientist. And then the history of that society in which the scientist emerged, and the history that produced the science. So now, perspectives can then be said to be a point of view. A point of view. Perspective is a point of view, a way of perceiving things, a way of seeing the world. Your perspective is the way you are seeing the world, the way you are looking at social reality, your way you are perceiving social reality, your angle of looking at things. And perspective can also be described as an approach, a strategy through which people understand and make meanings out of social reality. It's an approach, it's a strategy, it's a viewpoint, it's a way of looking and making sense, of understanding, of making meanings out of phenomena, out of issues around us. So that's perspective. So if you now want to put it in more sociological, in more scientific way, you can then say a perspective can be described as an approach, a strategy, through which scientists or sociologists understand and make meanings out of human behavior and human action within the social context, producing the action or behavior and social reality that we are interested in. So perspective will tell you, okay, this is the approach you are looking at it. This is strategy through which you are looking at it. And as you are looking at it, to form a perspective, you make meanings out of that things you are looking at, you are considering, so that then to create understanding, so that you can better understand human behavior, human action and inaction within definite social context. Social context will then tell you the historical scenarios, it will tell you the institutional scenarios, structural scenarios, that the education, the economy, the religion, the politics, the family producing this particular issue. So essentially, perspectives give us different ways people make meanings out of the society, and different ways, different approaches. And you must now know, when you now compare perspective with paradigm, which is actually my main interest, paradigm can be considered as more scientific. When you look at paradigm from the perspective of history of science, according to Thomas Kuhn in the structural scientific revolution, the one in 1962, you look at, because there's paradigms in sociology, social sciences, even the natural sciences, is within the confine of history of science. How do we develop knowledge? How do we create knowledge? How do we create knowledge to be saying they are scientific? And how do we replace knowledge? In replacement of knowledge, to create new knowledge is what Thomas Kuhn called scientific revolution. Because knowledge is cumulative. It's accumulated over many years. And science has continued to evolve. And that's why we look at paradigm. So when you look at paradigm is more, it's more within the framework of history of science. And for me, it's more scientific. We're talking about a way of viewing the world within the prism of science, scientific interpretation, scientific knowledge making. Then we talk about paradigm. And perspective is narrower. It's narrower to a particular author's way of looking at things. It's narrower within the context of a particular author, particular scholars of looking at things. Whereas paradigm is more general because of over time accumulation of tremendous proofs, tremendous data to create that paradigm. So paradigm is more established, it's more scientific, it's more proven. It's proven by science over many years within science history. So paradigm is not just a viewpoint of an author. It's a view, or a sociologist or a social scientist or a scientist. Paradigm is an established, worldview, system of viewing the world that is already established and proven. Sometimes perspectives are not proven. They have not gone through the process of refinement that paradigm has gone through. Perspectives, please, are not the same as paradigms. I've seen many books, many works, many authors talking about paradigms as though they are synonymous or as though they are synonyms with perspective. No, they are different, but they are related. But they're not the same, like I've shown you. So they're not the same. Paradigm is of higher order in scientific knowledge production. Paradigm is more scientific. Paradigm actually influences your perspective. Paradigm is the mother of perspective. Paradigm is the model that produces perspective. It's within paradigms that perspectives are created. It's within paradigms that perspectives emerge. And paradigm will ultimately influence the perspective, and paradigm gives rise to perspective. And perspective will then give rise to theory. Look at that relationship. Nearly linear. Paradigm produces perspective. Perspective produces theory. And, paradigm is more technical. For me, when I'm talking about scientific issues, being influenced by scientific thought and processes, I prefer paradigm. But when you talk about perspective, it's less scientific, it's more rigorous, and can be narrower to a particular author. Perspectives can be narrowed to particular author or authors, but paradigms are narrowed to a broad-based science that is established by years, rigorous processes of scientific community. And so I prefer to use the word paradigm if I'm talking from very scientific angle, scientific illustrations and interpretations, and knowledge creation. But perspectives can just be a lower order in terms of science. So paradigms and perspectives are related. They can overlap, but they are not synonyms. Paradigm is mother of perspectives. Paradigm is the model that produces perspectives. And I think this is very important in terms of paradigm and perspectives in sociology and in science and in social sciences and knowledge creation. This is very important. Kindly tap subscribe on your screen right now and share this video as widely as possible. This is very important video I've created time to make. Thank you very much. Until I see you in my next video, Bye for now.